flying for about 2 hours now, coming into land at Bravo India Echo Golf towards the eastern end of Iceland. The weather throughout the majority of this flight has been pretty windy, so we're likely going to be looking at a somewhat challenging landing. We'll see how it goes. The ILS frequency for runway 03 at our destination is 109.30, so we're going to go ahead and punch that into our onboard radio. Swap. Alright, our ILS is now engaged. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up the glide slope on the way in. Visibility is a tad sketchy at the moment. As we descend through these clouds, it should be a bit better. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing the aircraft for landing. So we're going to bring our cowl flaps to trail. Turn on the fuel booster pumps and our landing lights. We're also going to bring our mixture back up to full rich, or well, auto rich. And we'll start bringing back the manifold pressure just a little bit as we start easing into the descent. Right now we're holding about 6,000, so we're not terribly high up. We'll see how things start to go as we get closer to our approach. So the airport is situated on the eastern side of this river we are now coming up on, so that will be a good visual landmark for us as a backup during our ILS approach. You can see the altitude indicator in our ILS system is coming down towards us, so we'll be picking up the glide slope soon. The lateral indicator is still way out to the right, so we're going to have to continue on this heading for a little longer before we pick up the route in. Pull back to 29 inches of manifold pressure. 20 inches rather. Decent bit of cloud cover here. As we descend, we can get out of this. Our lateral indicator is now starting to come towards us, so we're going to make our left-hand turn. We'll turn left to 034. Now, this aircraft is susceptible to gyroscope drift, so we are going to have to deal with some of that. Looks like our route is still a bit to our right. We'll be coming off autopilot here momentarily. Guide us in manually on the ILS. Coming off gyropilot. Coming off the autopilot, we are a bit high. So we'll bring us down slowly. We also need to get over to the right. Right, that line is starting to move towards us again. We'll pick it up. It should bring us in. Alright, we're right down the middle. Still a bit high though, and also quite fast. Just to our first level of flaps to start slowing down. And we have visual on the runway now. Bring up our RPM just a little bit. To 2400. Slow us down a little bit. As you can see, we're dealing with quite a lot of airspeed fluctuation due to the wind. However, we are nicely lined up with the runway now and coming in to meet the glide slope again. Nicely lined up. Bring it in. Prepare the aircraft for landing. Gear down. Still open. on the ground.